Hello everybody and welcome back to another video of Heroes of the Storm. Today I am actually redoing my last video. It is episode 16 in the Ranked Duo to Grandmaster series. Uh, Whenever I posted it on YouTube, I apparently lost the audio to the game and Purge's voice because I run them through the same system. And it only had my voice, which doesn't make for a good video, I'm sure. So, um, I'm going to go ahead and do a redo of it because whenever I post my games to YouTube, I delete the file on my computer because I have limited storage space. And so the file to this game is gone. The one on YouTube is all you got. So I'm just going to go ahead, run through, go ahead and over analyze it, and do it this way. I'm very sorry that the audio did get messed up. I checked the next videos to come, and they all seem to be good. So I'm not sure if it was a problem on my end or YouTube's end, but hopefully that won't happen again. But I am sorry that it did happen once. But jumping into the game here, we have on the blue team, which is the enemy team, if you were watching it live, Rhaegar, Sonya, Li Ming, Vala, and Tyrael. This is a very sustainable team fight team, as you have Tyrael, Vala, Rhaegar, and Sonya all have self heals, and then Li Ming could pick up Diamond Skin to help keep herself alive. So it's a very good team fighting team. They also have really good camp clear, um, and they scale very well. One of the better scaling teams I've seen because Vala is super duper strong, Sonya is super duper strong in the late game, Li Ming can be so strong in the late game, so Tyrael too. They all scale very well. Um, so one thing that they want to be doing is constantly fighting. They love fighting. That'll get Vala her stacks, get Gambit built up, and once they get to the late game, they'll be able to do a lot of building damage and push down lanes and just stick in one lane and go. So that's kind of their mindset. On the red team, which is the team Purge and I are on, we have Jaina, ETC, Genji, Ragnaros, and Ariel. So this team is all about the early game burst. If you look, we got a Jaina, ETC, Genji. Burst, damage, gank galore. ETC for the lockdown, Jaina dumps all her spells on him, and Genji presses E to finish them off. That's a one-shot combo, and the gank potential there is so strong. However, for teamfight sustain, you got Rag and ETC that have a little bit of sustain. That's basically the sustain. Jaina, Genji have no sustain for themselves, so in the team fight they will rely on Purge to heal them, and Purge relies on them dealing damage to heal everybody. So if Jaina or Genji get low, we're going to struggle very much because the heals will not be coming in. But our gank, our burst is very strong. So we want to be a very active team. We want this ETC needs to be controlling the game and ganking consistently. They also they need to know when to back out. We need to know when to back out because sometimes it's not worth giving Vala the extra 20 stacks for that team fight. It's just not worth it sometimes. But with that being said, Vala does need to die, so I see team fighting is a good thing, but you want to catch her when she's out of position. I'm going to go ahead and start the game now. Let it roll out, play out, and I'll show you guys how everything kind of rolls. So you can see Vala picked up Gambit, and I'll recognize this. I am on the Ragnaros. I say Vala Gambit, kill her, or lose. And I think Vala is very strong right now. Now, Ragnaros is known for his map presence and pressure. He'll be able to control the map very easily. But Sonya beats him in the 1v1, so at least on early game. So I'll be able to outclear her as the Ragnaros, but the Sonya will be able to, if I'm down, keep me down. So I need to make sure I'm staying ahead, and I know that, so I go right to soaking. And friendly teams should not really be fighting because they want to be looking for out-of-position heroes and ganks. Right now, all they're doing is feeding the Vala some stacks. But, I mean, I get it. It's a game. You're having fun. You want to get the kills. But ultimately, this is wrong. Soaking. Sonya's now going to soak too. I'm going to just want to keep ahead of her in the soak game. And friendly team wants to be looking for out-of-position enemies. like right here. Rhaegar, out of position. With that stun, this guy should be dead. No question about it. You got Genji coming in. Jaina dump all the abilities on him. But we just missed a little bit, and he's able to walk out. That was a good gank on the out of position enemy. We just messed it up a little bit. It is what it is. So friendly team, just once again, just soak in, clear lanes. But they want to be grouped together. They could be getting our camp just like the enemy team's getting theirs, but they do have better camp clear on the blue team. So we're a little bit late when we start this camp, and now we're the ones getting ganked on. We don't like that. We like being in control of the fights. Once this enemy team comes in, you want to say screw the camp and go and start attacking them. Because right now, feeding the Vala stacks. That's it. I'm just trying to keep up with the Sonya and Soak. I am ahead a little bit, so we should be getting XP sooner than they are. But since the enemy team got the camp before we got a camp, they're going to start to grow a little bit of an XP lead. And friendly team did eventually back out, so we didn't feed the Vala too many stacks or deaths, because a death would be no good at all. Jane is out of mana, so she should either Sippy Cup or back, and she's backs, which is the right play because the objective's coming up in only a few seconds. So Sippy Cupping now would mess up your Sippy Cup timing for the objective. Friendly team, little bit of weird rotation. It was a good play by the enemy team. This Tyrael is doing a good job of being in our heads and knowing where we're gonna be. So right now, friendly team's just skirmishing and giving Vala stacks. We don't like this. We should be in control of the map, rotating, trying to get picks on this hero. Now I had the back. I was low on mana. That is the one thing that Sonya will always be better at than Ragnaros is mana. So this objective's coming up, right? It's about to turn on, and our team is taking a camp. That's fine. Their team's taking a camp. That's better. This camp is going to push top lane while the objective is going, and it'll force one of us to react to it. This one doesn't get as much value as the Shaman camp. The Shaman camp, with the right minion wave, will take down a whole keep and go right down to your core. With the right minion timing. Sometimes the timing doesn't work out. This camp, it'll push down the wall and then die. So it's not bad that we're taking this, but it would have been better to get this. But like I was saying, I had the back. Rag will lose to Sonya because Sonya always gets Fury. She has no downside to spamming out spells, so she can poke down buildings, do whatever she wants, and she'll be fine. Now we do see Sonya in the top lane, which means us as a 5-man, the gank squad needs to be going in right now. We need to be looking for that pick. We need to be getting it. If we get it now, that'll help snowball us. But instead of us all coming here, Genji kind of goes top, and his damage might have been enough to finish off the Tyrael. But we do have good objective clear, so we're trying to burst down the objective. We will have to react to that top camp very soon, though. Genji trying to get good poke out. Just make sure you're not stacking that Vala. Now, I did have to back. I had to back out, and when I backed out, you notice Sonya wanted to go in and fight because she sees me top. I see that, and I also see that this is not the right minion wave for the Shaman camp to push my core. I know this tower will kill this and then lock right onto the Shaman and kill the Shaman camp. So I'll back out and help in the team fight a little bit. So now we are 5v4. No, yeah, 5v5. And the camp, as you can see, is getting targeted, so it'll die. But we were very close to getting the objective, so we were able to get it. And friendly team should push with this objective. Everybody should push, and the solo laner should go clear. Jaina decides she wants to clear. She did nothing but waste her mana. She has to tap, and now... Here, we'll skip back so I'll show you. we get the objective. I get the globes to give me some mana, and I go right top. Jaina should come with, because if she's able to combo her burst damage with the jump of a Punisher... Watch this jump. This jump that's a dead Vala. If she's able to dump all of her abilities on that Vala, she's dead. But she's not here, so she's not able to. But we get good damage on the building, decent damage on the wall. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it could have had so much more potential. Friendly team now needs to be backing out. There's nothing more for them there but death, and they do a good job of that. They back right on out. But the call they make is poor. They decide to take the camp. This camp, you want it up for the objective, so it would be better to not take this camp and save it for later. What would be the right play here is to all come and gank a Sonya. Get a little gank going. Could you imagine if instead of going for this camp, the whole team was currently sharking around back this way, coming up here through this part to attack Sonya? There's no chance that she lives. Instead, we get a poor camp timing. They got a camp, so there's no XP lead gained. And then we just kind of split off, and Genji should be with the gank squad. Genji should be coming down to try to gank this enemy team with the rest of the team. Because I have perfectly fine wave clear. Rad can do this all day long. Now, instead of it being a 4v4, we have no potential to gank because it's only a 3v4, and we're down men. This camp will get cleared easily by Sonya whenever she wants. Because she has nothing better to do than clear the camp. If an objective's pushing, she's then forced, or an objective's running, she's forced to either fight for objective or lose objective and go clear the camp. But since there's nothing better on the map for Sonya to do, she gets an easy free clear. And this camp got 0 value. Now, this is a decent time to fight, because there are 5 of us. We are a little bit split. But there's 5 of us, so we come in and try to get a pick done. But the enemy team just was reacting a little bit faster than us, so they weren't able to get the pick before we could. And now that puts me on my heels. I mentioned earlier, if Sonya gets ahead on me, she can kind of kick me while I'm down. Much easier than when I'm ahead. So that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to press that advantage that she has and get damage onto our buildings. And now I'm playing catch up. That's all I'm doing now. We check out Vala stack. She's only at 60, so we're not stacking her incredibly well. But she is getting stacked, and most importantly, she's not dying. She needs to be dying. And Sonya is getting XP faster for them. Their XP lead, if we go and check this out, we're pretty similar, Sonya and I. You can see she has a little bit more soak than me just because it's coming in faster because I need to clear this whole wave still. But their XP lead, that level, is from camps and a single kill. So, now as the shrine is spawning, you can see our camp won't be up for another minute. We won't be able to get it. Another minute and a half. Their camp is up in 6 seconds. They'll be able to get that just fine and have it pushing if they wanted. Now is an okay time for us to take this camp if we wanted. It would be an okay time to look for picks too, but since you have 2 people backing, looking for the camp's not a horrible play. Enemy team could have looked for the gank too. That would have been a fine play as well. They go ahead and they go to take the camp because that's an available option to them. Not the best camp because we need to go from here to go stop it, so it's not like a far walk, but still. We do both have level 10 now, but had we been making the ganks that we wanted, getting like a pick on Sonya, and when Sonya's dead, that's huge because Sonya now can't soak, and we gain a huge XP advantage over the enemy team. So we could have been the level 12 to 11 instead of the other way around. Good combos down here on the Tyrael, but unfortunately the enemy team had a lot of stuff to react to it. Nice timing on the ults by both people there. And we lose this fight to 1 ability, I think. And it's right here. Just a really good leap by the Sonya. She got lucky and caught the Genji too. And nothing really poor was played in that fight by either team. Just a good leap by Sonya. So I say, all right, well, we're not getting anything done there. I got 20 minions worth of time, so I'm gonna go soak a little bit, but I can't die. I need to make sure. That's why I don't engage on the Vala. I cannot die because they need me for my Molten Core to defend. Now the camp that was here, let's see how big of a minion wave it had. I want to know. It had accumulated a decent minion wave. If this was unchecked, I'm pretty sure this wave would push the core. And it's able to put decent damage out on our building. So just better camp timing by the enemy team there. They're doing a good job getting the objective. And Vala had to react to the camp, so it was a good timing by us earlier on. I got Molten Core, so I say defend at the building. I want to defend right in front of the building, not out by the gate where the Arcane Punisher can't be targeted by the tower. Still not getting targeted by the tower. Now it's getting targeted. Nope, nope, nope. Still not. Now it would have been getting targeted. So we pop Molten Core, but while this is happening, I'm forced to fight with my team here. I have to. We have to defend and try to keep the building alive. Sonya can push this wave. She pushed this wave. She can get this camp, get that camp. She can do whatever. She could take this whole building if she wanted. She totally could do that. All whilst we're desperately trying to defend against this Punisher. So that's just what I'm talking about with Sonya doing a very good job of whenever we are down, she can kick us while we're down very easily, and there's not a whole lot we can do about it. We are able to pick up a nice pick on the Rag because the enemy team overstayed their welcome. They wanted to get that building, but they overstayed. Sonya is, though, getting all the camps she wants. I have a Lava Wave to help defend against her, thankfully, and we got some soak. Now, what should we be doing here? As a team, they're dead. We're all grouped. We should be looking for a pick. Anywhere, any sort of engagement we should look for. Not a crappy camp timing. This is horrible. Purge knows what we want. I see the team leave, so I say screw it. Purge knows we wanted to engage there. That would have been a fantastic time to try to kill someone. Instead, we're just taking a camp, wasting time. This easiest pick of our life. Easiest pick. We're not there, so we can't get it. And now it's 5v5 again, and we've lost our advantage. We got a camp pushing. Sonya got nothing better to do than go clear that camp. No reason for her to fight. She might as well clear the camp. There's just very poor camp time in there. I want to push my advantage, though, so I say, all right, we got the big camp rolling. I'll attack a little bit. I do see the enemy team rotating up, though. I think I seen it like right here. I saw it, and I know I need to get out. Very risky disengage by me. I walked here and then go through here. I should have just walked the long way, but it was risky. If Rhaegar turned on me, I would have been a dead man. Finally, friendly team sees the opportunity to get a gank. Right? Well, Genji doesn't. Genji sees, I don't know what he's looking at. He's seeing a minion wave he wants to kill. I can do that easily. And then, no clue what else he's looking for. Yes. Sonya should be dead. Yes, perfect! And we Q to clear the minion wave. Little things like that lose you games. Not immediately, but over time, they'll lose you games. That happens 3 times. That's 3 kills you could have had. You know? It's a big no-no. And you'll notice here, oftentimes our ETC, whenever he's engaging on the Tyrael, who's not the best target to really engage on. Now we all see Rhaegar top. He's clearing the minion wave, so I come down. Although I'm low, this is a 5v4, which means we have a whole nother hero set of abilities and health bar to try to get a kill. We do get one, but nice abilities by the Li Ming, and once again Sonya is able to give them the slight advantage here, and they're able to get ahead. And thanks to the enemy team, Rhaegar, he was able to soak the lane, which excuse me, gets them our keep. So we no longer have priority on the map in the game. The enemy team has priority. Now, Shrine's coming up. 2 minutes until we can take this camp. This has been stolen from me. I am not allowed to take my camp. Advantage lost. Vala? She sees she got that camp. She can take that camp whenever she wants, and it'll push nice and far. Thankfully, due to the lava wave, we're able to help contain it though. But poor camp timings lose us the top lane. Poor positioning lose Rhaegar his life. If you look here, what needs to be happened by the red team, Vala needs to say, "Hey guys, I'm taking the camp. Just play safe." Literally, you could hide back here in your fort, and it would be no different than going in and trying to soak another few minions. If they get this camp and then all group for the objective, I get these two are dead, but there's no reason for him to be engaging. The rest of his team knows that, and they say, "Let him die." they don't even try to react to it. So good abilities by Jaina to help capitalize on his out of position play, and poor plays by Rhaegar. And that'll help us get advantage on this objective. Vala though got the camp, so we will have to react to that eventually. Thankfully though, we have until this whole lane gets pushed all the way down to our buildings till we have to react to it. So not that big of a deal. I should be able to kill the objective in time and then get it. And then get the camps. ETC is doing a good job of zoning the enemy team very far away from us, so we get easy objective clear. And then I got to start reacting to Sonya's push myself. Now, there's two plays I could do here. One, we could 5-man push down this building. Or two, we could 4-man push the building, and I try to kill these low health buildings, which is what I want to do. If we could get 2 buildings with the objective, it's way better. I think the friendly team will be able to get this building by themselves, so that's why I go right to soaking. Once again, though, had our Jaina been on that Punisher jump, that Tyrael's dead. Just watch. I'll show you one more time so you can see just how important this is. Jump. Look how low he gets. Look at how low that is. He's now no longer CC'd. He was CC'd that whole time. He's now no longer CC'd. Jaina could have killed him with ease with her burst. But she wasn't there. So he wasn't able to get taken down. But still good damage by the friendly team. It's now a 5v4 with the Punisher pushing. I'm forced to defend the camp up top. The building's getting low. Friendly team gets it. Mission accomplished. They got what they wanted. No need to keep pushing. They can now collapse middle and finish that off. Take the camp. Do whatever they want. Pushing, though, is with how low the Punisher is, you're not even going to kill the wall. All you're going to do is feed the Vala stacks, who is still yet to die. She's getting stacks. Her attack speed is fast. That is a good mosh pit. I will give the team that. But the enemy team did have a nice way to react. So now you can back out. All right, you tried to hit an ability, now back out. And they do. And they could just come through the middle lane and finish off this building if they would like. What did I do? They decided to get the camp, which is fine. Due to my push, this building is open and vulnerable, as is top lane to an extent. So we're able to get, with that objective, 2 buildings. I should have gone in on the Vala there. I had my E up and ready, and that could have been a really good time to kill, but I didn't quite know where the enemy team was. But even still, my death for a Vala death is so worth it. Now, you'll see it one more time. Jaina is making love to this camp. I don't know why she loves it so much, but she's taking it at wrong times. Leaving the rest of our team exposed and vulnerable, getting very low, and needing us to pop ults to save each other. Had Jaina been there, her slows and peels could have been enough to make us not have to ult. We could have even won that fight, possibly. But instead, she's getting a very poor camp timing, making it so I'm not allowed to use that camp to my advantage later. I say I want this building. I saw 4 of them bottom, so I figure I can get it just fine. And I'm able to do so. Once again, ETC engaging. Decent engage, but on the wrong target. It's on the Tyrael, who has escapes and peels for himself. Good heals. I sent out a lava wave just to try and do something, but a really nice sanctification by the Tyrael. And this whole time, Vala's stacking up. She's getting the stacks, getting herself scaled out for late game. Both teams are level 20 now, so we've effectively tied in that race. And I come in with a better rotation than Sonya, and we're able to pick up 1 kill on the Rhaegar. We now have very good control. We have 3 lanes that we have, or 2 lanes technically we have priority in, and 1 that's still tied. Top lane's still tied because each have a building gone. So catapults will have timing synced up there. But in the other lanes, we have advantage. We'll have catapults, but they won't. And we also have the Rag. So Rag will be able to have constant push pressure on them. Friendly team getting camps, trying to extend our XP lead. And the game is pretty even now. We still have our advantage of good single target burst. The enemy team, however, has a stacked Vala with no deaths. So it's a close game, but it's still up in, like, we still have to play to our advantages just like the enemy team does, and they know that. They're turtling. We try to look for a pick here, but unfortunately ETC was just a little bit behind, so we weren't able to. But the enemy team knows that they have a guy down, and they're turtling. This is the right play. Sonya, she should be super dead. There should be no reason she lives. And we get the pick. We did have to waste Mosh Pit, but we got the pick. Back out. You got 1 pick. Unless you really think you can get more, back out. Because I'm getting the camp. I arguably should have been with my team here. So I will say I could have been with my team, but I wanted to get the camp to help get pressure on the rest of the map as the objective spawns. Friendly team is all fairly low. But with Sonya dead, we can start this objective. I have another lava wave up in a few moments. Look, all of the lanes are pushed to our advantage. Now, instead of us being able to take our camp too and help push against their camp, we don't. We don't have that option. This option has been stolen from us again by our own teammate. Which means they get priority. They will now have priority in the top lane, which has been the tied lane, if you remember. Enemy team knows which lane they have advantage in, and they're pushing it. But with Sonya dead, there's nothing more that they can do. And I have a lava wave, so their camp will get nullified. Not stopped, but nullified. And they're forced to react to this. We're going to clear the camp, which, once again, it's nice to push with your burst comp with the objective, but taking the camp is okay too, to get some XP. And now we want the building, and they want to defend. That's as simple as that. We are on a timer. Our timer is this camp, but once again, we have until it gets to here till we have to defend it, or it gets good value. So that's our timer. The timer is both our Punisher's health as well as that camp's push power. So we're trying to get the building. If we can't get it though, it's not that big of a deal. We at least got really good damage on mid, opening up a little bit more. And with Ragnaros' push, stalling games out like this, we should be able to do well. Our tank's low, Punisher's gone, so one of our timings are up. Back out. Right here, we're out. Look, enemy team's disengaging, retreats have been pinged, and then Genji pops R. When Genji pops R, we play this little dance where we kind of go, we got to go in and deal damage because he popped R, but we're low on HP, so we want to get out, and we kind of just go back and forth in like this position. And they were kind of like, well, we want to get out, but we want to go in. We don't know what to do, and he dies. And now enemy team's Vala, fully stacked Vala, mind you, is going to town. Her chase is some of the best in the game. Her damage is the best in the game. And we're just getting picked apart. I try to stop it. They got something to react. And now, since we didn't have our camp to push against theirs, they have a minion wave here. We're all dead this late in the game. That's the video game. It's over. We have lost. Vala didn't die once. I said kill Vala or die. Vala is now dealing. Let's see. Will it pull it up? She's dealing, what's that, like 700 DPS per second? That is disgusting. And nothing we can do about it. Had we stalled this out, look, we still have 2 lanes fully pushed. Had we not made the crappy play here, we would have been able to disengage with Genji. We would have been able to disengage, stall out the game, taking these camps, and who knows, would have been a much more different game. Instead, this is how it ends. So this was the end to our streak as well. I believe we were on like a 12 minimum win streak, but we did end up losing. You can see though the soak difference was pretty high, and overall we didn't die all but like that one time. Was that it? Oh, no. What am I looking at here? Okay, for the enemy team, I guess they didn't die a lot. And that was due to us just not having that good push or gank. We didn't have the good ganks. We were winning that game due to map macro, and we made one poor team fight too late in the game. Remember, we lost that team fight right here, and we had a full set of keeps. We only had one building lost, and we were able to lose the game. That's how fragile the late game is. We lost the team fight here, and the enemy team was able to kill our core before we all revived. That is how fragile the late game is. The talents that I went in today's video was Engulfing Flame at level 1. We then went for Slow Burn at 4, Blistering Attacks at 7, Lava Wave at 20, Tempered Flame at Lava Wave at 10, Tempered Flame at 13, Blast Echo at 16, and Lava Surge at 20 for that total map control. Purge went for Searing Light at 1, Repeated Offense at 4, Empathetic Link at 7, which I think he did that just because he needed the energy from ETC because Jaina and Genji were struggling to give it to him. Crystal Aegis at 10, Blinding Flash at 13, Reservoir of Hope at 16, and Shield of Hope at 20. Anyways, I once again am very sorry that the audio didn't work in the original video. I hope this one will do better for you guys, and yeah, I hope you guys continue to enjoy the series. We have lots more to come, so I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.